looks like pastors, a lot of pastors that walk around with security guards and all those kind of things, they might lose their security companies that walk around with them with big guns, and how big of these guns and what does, and it's just all that kind of jazz. It looks like there's some rules and amendments that they're trying to implement here for security companies. And this is why I'm bringing up the subject, because the pastors who have been going around carrying guns with their security guards, whoever and whatnot. But if you thought this might only affect the pastors, oh, give it a second. These rules, these amendments might directly put the citizens at harm's way. Meaning, the companies that protect people that live in estates, companies that protect people that live in gated communities and all that, yeah, they would be affected by these rules. It wouldn't only affect people that actually pastors who walk around with their armed securities. It would also affect people that live in gated communities, whatnot, and stuff like that. And I will state for you some of these rules and the things that they're actually trying to kind of like amend and stuff. Now, I will direct you to a YouTube video of a gentleman who is in the private security industry, who deals with this. You know, he works in that thingy, and he talks about how people can get involved to try and oppose this new amendment, because I don't know, are politicians babies that it's like only a baby can think this makes sense. This don't make no sense. The rules that they are putting here don't make no sense. They make things difficult for the average person, which only make it easier for the criminals. The criminals are as bold as they are because the citizens, it's so hard for them to be. But anyways, Securities show, the daily Christian commentary videos. So while we are talking about pastors losing their potentially not having their security guards, this then does also affect the average person. And so I thought, let's go ahead and talk about why. So some of the rules that I'm going to state here, I'll tell you how I think this actually affect the average person and how they affect these companies that protect pastors and celebrities and so forth. One of the first rules that actually directly affect them, it's they want to put a restriction on limited amount of ammunition. Yeah. Now, they want to do this dependent on where these guards are. So now, this one affects both the security companies that protect pastors and also your security company that protects you in the gated community. So because, you know, of where they are working, they would be restricted on whether they could carry, what they could carry. So these security guards will be ill prepared should thugs rock up into your estate. They would be ill prepared because they want to restrict ammunition and how much and where. For example, the private security companies that protect pastors, since they do so within a congregation and there's that number of people, they might restrict. And by the way, the restrictions have not been listed. They haven't put them out. So it's all vague right now. You know, they just kind of like throw laws around. Like, does this work? Does this work? What about this one? And so that's a very ridiculous one right there. But that leaves to be said. As a matter of fact, this particular one, okay, because it depends where. So the restrictions here, they will affect the pastors because remember, pastors tend to go to different places with those guards. They'll go to a public space, they'll go to a church, and then they'll be driven to so-and-so place. And so this would definitely affect the guards that pastors walk around with, because they will have to constantly change, whether be what type of a firearm they're carrying. The rules don't make no sense. It's like they're trying to make it easier for the criminal. Yeah, go rob. To me, it's demonic. Like, if I'm just being honest, this is demonic. They want it to be easier for the criminals to evade communities. If they know that private security companies don't have firearms, boom. Now, if you think that's it, by the way, they want to restrict, they want to ban, actually, they want to increase increase the ban on non-lethal I'm telling you, this is a special kind of this is a special kind. It's like it's a child who's in a special school who wrote these rules, who has no concept of what. So they want to ban non-lethal. Now, by the way, non-lethal is things like, a taser, spray, thingy. Now, why would you restrict the private security companies from having that if the average person is allowed to have that? Okay, let's deal with the private security one. Does it not make sense that they need one? Since they don't have the lethal, and sometimes some situations are not even open, don't require lethal. And you will notice this one here is affected by the previous one, because the restriction, and depending on a place, it will actually go to the next one as well. If they want to ban this non-lethal thingy, the third one actually fits right within this, because they want to, since they want to do this, any company that is under investigation is not allowed, will not be allowed to give firearms to their securities if it's under investigation. Not if the person is under investigation, if the company is under investigation. That don't make no sense. Think about it. If you are in a gated community that has armed securities and they are not allowed, ADT for example, if there is an investigation on ADT, the company will not be allowed to give their securities firearms. That's why I say this is demonic. Could there's something wrong with people that were writing these ones? The people that were writing this, you just take them and just listen. Because we don't know what's influencing you. So if the company is under investigation, they will not be allowed to giving firearms to their securities. If something happens to ADT and a firearm is used, let me just tell you, if a firearm is used legally, like illegally, somewhere shot, and they are automatically going to launch an investigation. Automatically. If a firearm is used legally, they are automatically going to launch an investigation. And guess what? Those investigations don't take 2 weeks. Those investigations don't take a month. I've seen one. I once had a friend had this very same situation here, and their firearm was actually confiscated for that period, I think for about a period of about a month to 2 months. So now, let's go back. If the investigation therefore dictates that they are not allowed to give their firearms to their securities, that means that those companies will not be able to protect their people the way they were doing for a month. So you could apply that to the pastors. If a firearm gets used, that company does not give thingy because they are under investigation. The police are investigating that particular thing, which was used legally, obtained legally. That rule don't make no ounce of sense. Let alone use of a firearm. They are not even, they're going to ban, they're seeking to ban some of the non-lethal. So they just want people to just not have nothing. Yazi ubuloyi. I have no words for it. That's all I can call it. It's like someone is bewitched. Like, crime is crazy in the country, but the people that are trying to be legal are the ones that are being disarmed. No problem. And also on the non-lethal one, on this non-lethal, and also the while the company not giving firearms while under investigation. Have you noticed the footage? A lot of the footage that you see on social media of private security companies chasing after people who are hijackers or whatnot. It's mostly private security companies that do that. It's not your SAPS. It's mostly, as a matter of fact, 90% of the companies that you see the videos of those things, of hijackings, whatnot, it's private security companies. It's tracker companies. It's things like that. Those are the first responders. Those are the real first responders. The police will come 1 hour later. So if these ones are now being put under such restrictions, so which means the police, those same, it's witchcraft. If those same people must now put themselves in harm, they must now, companies under investigation. Think about this situation. Companies under investigation. These people don't have firearms, and if these people don't have firearms, something happens. They must now chase those people without anything. Have you seen those car chases mostly end in a firearm exchange thingy? Now they must run. You think they're gonna run towards thingy when they don't have? This is witchcraft. This is witchcraft. And also, I hope I did mention this one. There is a restriction. They want to imply restrictions on areas as well, right? Meaning the restrictions on carrying or not carrying will be determined by the areas where they are. So if a pastor is supposed to come with a security thing into a church, there may be different restrictions. This is why earlier on I mentioned, because pastors go to different places, mostly the pastors that carry these bodyguards and all these things, they go into different areas. Will that mean that they have to change firearms and lessen the fire? Now, the reason why they carry as much ammunition there as they do is because you don't know, should anything come up, how long that battle will go on for. But anyways, let's forget that whole nine chairs, right? That applies for the private securities and also for the pastors. What. Restriction areas, I mentioned that. They want to also amend annual fitness tests. So what does this mean then? Annual fitness test. Do they do this for the South African police? The way people look at people who don't want to say nothing, they'll say that we are shaming people, body shaming people. At least apply it there before you go to other people's businesses. Apply it there. So this annual fitness test, yes, makes sense, but it's not even realistic to you who wants to apply it. That these companies must, okay, anyways, that's another one that they want to think. This one don't make no sense whatsoever, and I don't know who even thought of it. They want to amend that the guns that the private securities must have trackers. Yeah, and I get what they're trying to solve here is the idea that, they mostly get targeted and then they steal the gun and then they go do crime with the gun. So they want to put trackers on a gun. Like, how do you even put a tracker on a gun? It's like they just don't want. Who thinks these things? Who even thinks these things? Pasalani, you see, guns are made the way they are. There are places in a gun that are hollow because they're trying to take as much weight off. So you want to add another thing. There are guns that don't even have sights thingy. Sights is what you use to aim. There are guns that don't even have the sights thingy because they're trying to shave off as much weight as possible. Places like the arm thingy, tend to not have things because they want to shave off too much weight. They don't want to have too much weight. So when you want to now add something that does not help the use of the device, where are they going to add this mysterious tracker? And what tracking device is that's going to fit on a gun? Hi, South Africa. Yeah. It's like it's a movie down here. It's like things that happen in this country. They are like weird. They want to add trackers, and they want trackers to be fitted to this thing. Like I said, I'll fit a video down in the description below. You can go watch it if you think these things might actually affect you. If you stay within a gated community where you have security guards and thingy, these rules might come to affect thingy. This is why they need to be opposed. These things. There are companies that they're non-profit organizations that actually try to fight these things, because these rules don't make any ounce of sense. You want to add a tracker on a gun. Like what? You want to add something else? Like, will this then come to the average person? You want to add, think about it. Think about it. If you add a tracker for a company that's supposed to maybe protect a celebrity, you are literally exploit security issues. There's now security issues. There are people within the system that get paid to exploit. Imagine how much of an exploit that becomes. People will be kidnapped. Can you people think first? Before you know, I don't know, you went to school. Can you think? Can you have like... So the reason why I wanted to make this video is, apart from the Charlies and their security guards and whatnot, is that I'm thinking this makes, you are literally placing a target on whoever is being guarded. You're literally placing a target. If there is a tracking device on a particular person, and this person, they're supposed to be guarding a celebrity, they know they can pay someone to monitor that track from inside of your systems. You know, we know that's what happens. You are literally placing a target on people. There's so much kidnappings now for you to just put that there. Nkabis will be just having a field trip with people. Does this also apply for the politicians' security guards? Yeah, you, who's putting this. Does this also apply for the companies? State security, does this apply also as well? Because now also, you're putting trackers on yourselves. Can you think for 2 seconds? Just think 2 seconds past the demon that's influencing you. This is demonic. It's absolutely absurd that they try to make it so difficult for the safety of the people, for whatever reason. Who even is thinking about these things? So I hope these things don't get passed. Honestly speaking, it doesn't make any ounce of sense. If there is a tracker on a gun by a security company protecting a high-profile person who is supposed to be as private as possible. Now, no, forget being private, because there's a gun that is a tracker. They know exactly where you're at. These things don't make sense. These things don't make sense. Like, if the end time looks like this, you know, sometimes I see it and I just look at the politicians. I'm like, which one of you thought this? I have a tendency to just look at them and I'm like, is it any of these ones? Because the level at which you guys function, it's amazing. It's amazing. Did you think about that? The private security of that individual. They are supposed to be protecting a high-profile individual. There's foreign celebrities that come here, they hire these companies. Now, there we go. We're just putting a target. And by the way, there is no such a technology that exists that can sit onto South Africa. And Africa is a movie. It's like the people that are putting these rules don't know what a gun is. I just put a tracker on it. We can't do anything but laugh at how ridiculous we trust. These are the people that we trust. These are our lives. Look at how they are playing with it. You want to put a tracker on a gun that might be held by a security who is meant to protect a high-profile celebrity from outside the country, or a high-profile. What? Static Reality Show, do daily Christian commentary videos, and so you can hear how these rules that they want to put out, or they want to amend, and I hope it doesn't go through and it just gets dismissed. This is ridiculous. You've seen churches literally getting attacked. People, they get there, they rob people, they do whatnot, all those kind of things. Mall police and mall security guards, you've seen robberies that take place in those areas, and so now they just want to disarm those people because of the type of an environment that they want to restrict. They can't have non-lethal also. It's like working in private in these particular sectors. You're just like putting yourself up. Like, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You put a tracker on that gun. You make it difficult for the security guards to carry that. And then when these thugs steal this thing, they're just gonna shave that tracker off. Because everybody knows what goes into a gun. Anything that doesn't look like a gun, it's gonna be obvious. This doesn't belong here. Shave it off. But when a security guy has it, it's going to stand out. Hey, chief, you don't have the tracker. Why can't you people sit and think for 2 seconds before you write? You make things look. NPA must be flopping their cases like Amotoso. And then the people that are trying to implement laws, they think this law. Y'all don't even try, man. It's the Reality Show with daily Christian commentary videos. If it's your first time over here, be sure check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments. And I hope this video finds you well. Are you sure? Are you sure there's brains functioning here?